What is up? You already know what it is. We're back with another Minecraft video. We're gonna be playing a little bit of Minecraft. But the topic for today, thing I'm gonna be talking a wee bit about is let's see. What do I talk about? Hmm. Let's talk about church because I wanna build a church in this world. It's been a minute. I still don't have windows. I need to finish this house. But we're gonna get it done. And I wanna build a church. I wanna build a church that looks like I'm gonna show a picture of it. It's like this cross, and it's over the mountains, and it looks so cool. I don't remember what the place is called, but it looks so cool. And I'm gonna build that in Minecraft somewhere. I'm gonna find a little spot, and we're gonna build it. But let's finish this house. Um, so let's talk about church, man. Recently I was watching a YouTube video, and I saw somebody talking about church and their dislikes of it. They're talking about how they didn't like it because they see that the church is money hungry, this and that, and it really made me like disappointed and sad because when they talked about it, they were talking about all these like mega churches and how they had like millions of dollars, private jets, mansions, and that's the reason they didn't like it. And it sucks because realistically, a big majority of churches, I would say, maybe I'm wrong, but a majority of churches aren't like that. Yes, you're gonna have your handful of bad apples, you know, but what does the word tell us? You judge by fruits. You tell what side people are on by their fruits. And if you look at the fruits of, a lot of the megachurch pastors, I mean, it all comes together. And it just made me disappointed to see stuff like that because, as somebody who wants to have a church, who wants to have, a congregation of people, I don't want it to be a money thing. I never want it to be a money thing. I saw something interesting where they said they took a survey and they were asking different people or different pastors if, let's say, you were told for a year, right? For a year you would have no money from pastoring, you'd get nothing from it. That is not what I meant to make. There we go. They said if you were gonna make no money from pastoring, how long would you continue? Like if for a year, right? And they were asking, and a lot of them said, "Oh, I wouldn't keep going," or this or that. And it's something that sucks to see. Like I said, being somebody who wants to be a pastor, I don't want people to think of me just like, "Oh, this guy just wants the money." It's it's not a money thing to me. This is where I see myself to have been called, and this is where I'm gonna go. If God told me to be somewhere, I'm gonna be there, and it's that simple. Um, it's not a money thing for me. I like originally, like when I first wanted to start even thinking about being a pastor, I thought of it as I'm gonna get okay. I thought of it like I want to get rich. I'm gonna get rich first, then I'll start my church because then I won't have to take anything from the church. I won't have to take any money. But as I'm reading, I've seen different things in the word, and kind of, from my understanding, I see it as it's okay to make. Okay, I gotta be careful with the way I say it. It's okay to receive money from the church as like a pastor or staff or stuff like that. It's okay, but there has to be like a very, very clear line. There is, there has to be a clear line of this is what's okay and this is what's not okay. And what I mean by that is like mega churches, them having literal private jets, planes, mansions, not okay. By no means is it okay. That's what I mean. But a small town church, the guy's not really making much off of it, but he's able to survive. That's what I see as okay. Of course, I don't want it to be a job. I want it to be my what would you call it? Like, what's the word? I'm forgetting the word. My ministry. It's my ministry, not my job. That's the point. You know what I'm saying? This is my calling, not my job. Because to me, when you say job, it gives a sense of like, oh, I have to do this. And it kind of like, it brings it down in a sense. You get what I'm saying? But I don't know. That was something I saw that kind of disappointed me. And it all came off of somebody offering the guy some Christian like merch, like some clothing. And he started ranting to the camera saying like, "Oh, I don't like that because people are profiting off of religion." And yeah, to a point, a lot of people I think do. A lot of people will profit off of it because it's what people like. It's a lot of people's lifestyle, being Christian, God. And he was talking about how he didn't like it being something that people could profit off of. And there's always two sides to each story. Like me, I've made Christian clothes before, and I've never sold it. I've just made it for myself. But it was still something where I was like, if I did sell this, it'd be kind of cool. I don't see a problem with it as long as you have a true and genuine heart about it. Because a lot of people want to wear Christian clothes. Not everybody has the creativity or the means to just make it themselves. So a lot of people, oh, I did that wrong. I missed it. But a lot of people just don't have the means to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people tell me, like, man, if you made those, I'd buy it. I don't see a problem with it. As long as you're not abusing it, as long as you're not abusing the name of God, you're not using it purely for profit. Because to me, I see it as like, this is outreach. Wearing, like, I have a shirt that says prayer works. I have a shirt that says praise Jesus. Like, all these things, I see that as outreach. It might not be the traditional outreach that a lot of people do, but I see it as outreach. Because people are walking by seeing your shirt and, they might have prayed for a sign that day. Like, God, if you're real, God, if you love me, I need to see a sign. And they walk past me and I'm wearing a shirt with big bold letters that just says prayer works. Or, somebody's going through it and they're like, God, why don't you listen to me? Why don't my prayers work? And I walk past them with that shirt. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. It's crazy the things that can happen that we don't even realize. But that's just like an example. When it comes to the church, man, and I don't know, bro, because a lot of people do abuse the church. A lot of people do make it a money thing, and you already know what Jesus said in the Bible. He walks to them and he's like, "You guys made my place like a place of what do you say? Like serpents, like broods of serpents, something along those lines." And that's scary. When Jesus scolds you, it's scary because you messed up. You messed up bad. You know, but it's all about improving and making sure we're on the right path. We're doing the right things. That's why. That's why I think it comes down to a lot of personal thought, a lot of personal going into the Bible, reading. Is this okay? Is it okay? Like, I don't know, because when it comes to church and mixing it with modern day today, it's hard. Because even some people who make YouTube videos, they make Christian YouTube videos. People like get on top of them saying like, "Why are you doing this? You're making money off of it, this or that." And it's like, I don't know. Like if you're just making, this is the way I see it. If you're just doing it to make money, then you're in the wrong. You're in the wrong. If you're using it just as like, "Oh, I found the new method, the new free money glitch method," make Christian videos and take all the money from these Christians. They're so generous, this or that, and that's wrong. That's clearly no questions about it wrong. But let's say like me, I'm making these videos because I want to reach people, because I want people to see them, and then just because I got like a certain number of subscribers or a certain number of whatever, now I started making money off of it. I don't see that as bad. I don't. You know, especially if the money I'm getting from it, I'm putting somewhere where it's like a good place. Whether I'm tithing it or I'm putting it into offerings. You know, I'm going on missions trips and I'm putting it there. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm talking about. And that's a big point actually. Is a lot of people think it says in the Bible that money is the root of all evil. But it doesn't. It actually doesn't. It says the love of money. The love of money is what trips people up. Not money itself. You know, you can be rich. The thing is when you love it and it's like it's taking over. That's when it's a problem. That's when it's bad. That's what I think a lot. That's where I think a lot of the corruption of the church has happened is pastors or deacons or whoever, they love money. I mean, look at Jesus. He was betrayed by Judas. Why? Not because of money, but because of Judas's love for money. You get what I'm saying, man? And that's why it's so dangerous. That's why when I went into this, I'm thinking, you know, I'm just doing this to get this out there. I'm not doing it for a job. I'm not doing this to make money. I'm not doing it for those reasons. I'm doing this because I want to reach people. I want to reach people in a fun way. So I play Minecraft. I want to reach people in a real way. So I make videos explaining the Bible, explaining different biblical topics. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do all these things not because I love money, but because I love people. And as long as you keep that true in your heart, don't do things because you love money, but because you love people and because you love God, you're on a good path, bro. Trust. You're on a good path. You know, a lot of the time I think, what if I'm doing the wrong thing or this or that? And God just reminds me, like, look at the reason you're doing certain things. What is the reason you're doing what you're doing? If you have a good reason, then you're fine. If you have a bad one, start changing things. It's like when I started doing different ministry, you know, I'm in youth ministry. I teach the youth. I had to take a good look at myself and say, why am I doing this? Why am I teaching the youth, you know? And truly get a genuine thought about it. And that's when I realized, you know, I'm doing this because I care for our next generation, you know. The devil takes too many of our kids, too many of the youth, you know, taking their lives, too many of them getting in depression, too many of them falling down bad paths, you know. And I want to be a part of the cause that teaches them the right way. That teaches them that's not the way to go, but here is the way to go. You know, this is Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. You know, if you go to him, you'll be set free. That's the reason I do everything I do. The reason that I would say I live is to guide people into the truth. You know, to live for God and do His will. At the end of the day, that's how I see my life. But we're coming to the end of the video. A lot of yapping, a lot of just talking, as it usually is. But you know, I didn't get much done in this either. I'm gonna have to start doing like jump cuts or something where I can actually get stuff done. Because let me see, I started around 11, 12, 12, 11. I've been going for like maybe 12 minutes. Maybe. You can check the timer at the on the video and see how good my counting is. But we got the windows put on. We got some of the floors done. I need to get more of this wood so I can complete the checkerboard pattern. And then we got to find a good old hill to put this church on. I think maybe on this one. Maybe that one with the lava coming down. That'd be cool. But we got some torches around us. We're looking good. You know, I'm going to steal some of these villagers, throw them up, put them in the church. Get them. They're going to be my congregation. But yeah, those are just some of my random thoughts, random, you know, things going around in the old noodle. Um, but I hope you enjoyed. I mean, I don't know if you learned something. Maybe one of the verses I talked about, you didn't know that. Maybe you didn't know it wasn't the money, but the love of money. Keep that in your mind. You know, now you have a little fun fact for people. But, you know, let me go out here. Actually, do we do a daytime, nighttime? Type 1 in chat if you want daytime. I'm just kidding. Make it morning. Because if it's nighttime and I blow up by a creeper, I'm gonna get sad. Alright. Here we are. Let me clear out a spot in the good old inventory. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let me hit the... Oh, wrong one. there we go. We got the house going. We got the house going. But I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you liked it. You know, throw some comments in the comment section below. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk a little bit. But other than that, you already know what it is. It's praise God.
And though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I keep that peace round my hip and keep the T round my neck. I'm talking heat like Elisha, fire flyer than